Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name's Crystal. This is Becoming Crystal Clear. And if you're new here, welcome. If you're not new here, welcome back. Today, I'm going to go over some tips I wish someone had told me when I just started in my makeup journey. So if you want to hear what they are, keep watching. Now, a quick disclaimer, it doesn't matter what level of proficiency you are with your makeup. If you don't have healthy skin underneath your makeup, it's not gonna look good, honey. I swear to you. So if you wanna hear more about how to get healthy skin, hit the link above. I do have a video where I went over some basics on how to start out, really just taking care of your skin. But if you've already watched that and you've already been into the position now where your skin is healthy and you're ready to start the makeup journey, now we can get into it. So the first thing you want to figure out when you're starting out in makeup is to understand what kind of skin you have. And there's 3 types of skin you can have. You can have oily skin, you can have dry skin, or you can have a combination of the 2. And this is super important because this is gonna show, or this is gonna be the base for your makeup to sit on. So you want to make sure you understand the type of skin you have so you can match the makeup to your skin. I promise you, it doesn't matter what the makeup trend is, what the foundation trend is. You need to find out what works for your skin, because I remember back in the day when I just got into makeup and a new foundation that came out, it was moisturizing, glory, and all, the glow and the moisturized look. And I tried it. And I already told you guys, I have combination skin. It can get a little bit oily. I was looking like Slick Rick after putting it on, probably like 20 minutes. So we're not trying to fall into that. So understand your skin type. If you need to figure out how to, check your skin to see what kind of skin you have. Again, I did a video on my channel going over the types of skin types and, tests you can do at home to figure out what type of skin you have. So first, that's going to be your first step. The second thing I want you guys to figure out is, what is your lifestyle like? You're going to pick your makeup based on your lifestyle, right? Because a lot of the times we don't think about, okay, what are we doing every day? How we're gonna wear our makeup every day. So you wanna figure out what your lifestyle is and then match your makeup to your lifestyle. And what do I mean by that? Now, are you a gym girly? Are you the person who has like a job where you're very physically active, you're sweating all day? Or are you in an office? Is it AC? Are you working outside? Do you only go out on the weekends? What is your lifestyle like? And the reason why I keep saying this is because depending on what your lifestyle is, you're gonna have to choose your makeup routine based on that. So different things you wanna think about is, how often are you wearing your makeup? Will you be sweating a lot when you do wear makeup? Do you wanna go for a neutral look? Do you wanna go for a full beat? These are the things you wanna keep in mind when you decide, okay, I'm gonna get into makeup and what type of makeup to get, because it all plays a part in it. Now, the next thing I want to go into is just a simple 9 basic things you want to have in your makeup kit to start you out with doing your makeup. And I'm going to try and make it as simple as possible, going from the top down, so it isn't as difficult as it seems. I know we see these makeup artists and these creators, they have a million things each day. Their makeup collection is like the size of your room. You're just starting out. You don't need that much. I put together a list of 9 things that I think is pretty basic that you can start with, and some you can substitute based on, the different products that you buy. So the first thing you want to think about investing in is a concealer. And the good thing about a concealer, it has multiple uses. So if you're thinking about if you're thinking about covering discoloration, hyperpigmentation, dark circles under your eye, if you want to highlight your face, these are the things you're going to use concealer for. So it has multiple use. So you want to invest in a good concealer that you can actually use in your routine. Now, if you're a little bit more advanced and you want to, step out a little bit more, you can also invest in a color corrector. This also does similar to a concealer, where, you want to make sure you have an even tone if you have discoloration, and the color corrector does that. But since we're new starting out, we're kind of just figuring it out, I want you to just focus on getting a really good concealer that holds, that actually stays, and that gives you some coverage. Now, after the concealer, you want to think about your eyebrows. Okay, I'm not the girly with the thick eyebrows that I can only use an eyebrow gel and keep it pushing. I'm not that girly. I'm the girly who I need to draw in my eyebrows. So you need to figure out, do I have nice thick eyebrows where I just need to line them up, do a brow gel situation, shape them, and I'm good to go? Or you're like me where there's tumbleweeds blowing by on my eyebrows and I need to draw them in. And I'm okay with that. I know what I have and I love it. But I'm old school. I like drawing in my eyebrows. So if you're that girly, choose which one you want. Now, the next thing I want to jump into is the foundation. So the foundation is going to be the main thing you want to think about when it comes to the type of skin type you have. So if you have oily skin, you want to go for more of a matte foundation. A lot of the times, the dewy foundations, they might give you the greasy look. I'm not going to lie. And I feel like if I'm going to be oily, I'll rather highlight different parts of my face than my face just sweating and the foundation just giving me this slick Rick look, okay? So if you have oily skin, try to lean more to the matte foundations that have more of a matte finish. If you have more dry skin, then you can lean over to the dewy foundations that give you a dewy finish because your skin's already gonna absorb it and you want it not to look dry. You want it to have that dewy effect. Now, if your combination, you're kind of in between, you can test out different ones, see what you like, but you can kind of walk that thin line. I like the matte finish, so I always go for a matte finish. I just feel like I don't want to have to worry about too much of the oil on my face. And normally it's just in my T-zone. So either way, pick what you like. Now, the foundation's purpose is to even out your skin tone overall. But once you've done that, you need to add in back definition into the face. So this is where contour comes in, and you can also use your highlighter as part of the contour as well. So you want to find, something that's going to give you those shades that you can use on your forehead, define your jaw, define your nose. These are the types of things you're going to use a contour for. And as I said, the concealer is half the part of that. The other half is a contour stick, contour powder. I like to use my warm powder to actually do my contour. Whatever works for you. Understand, girlies, that makeup is also universal in itself. So you can use one product for multiple things. And don't tell anyone I told you this, but I've used the Fenty contour sticks to actually lip line, and they work amazing. So as I said, makeup is universal. So use what works for you and understand there's no rules to it. You can switch it up. You can use something for a different use that it wasn't meant for, and it'll still work. But that's the whole point of the contour, is to give your face more definition instead of just looking flat after putting on the foundation. Don't forget about the eyes. We're gonna wanna make sure we get some mascara. I would suggest investing in something that's definitely waterproof and a little bit more higher quality. I've had the opportunity to use cheaper mascaras and my eyes end up burning by the end of the day. So don't fall into that trap. Make sure it's not irritating. Obviously, you're gonna have to do trial and error for that, depending how long you're wearing your makeup. But as I said, everything we're doing on this channel is trial and error because you're finding yourself, which means you have to find what works for you. So trial and error. Don't forget the makeup. If you're more of a lash girly, you can always choose lashes that you want to wear. There's different options. You can choose the strips that gets glued on. You can go to professional, get the single ones. You could do the single ones yourself, or hear me out. I'm lazy and I like the lash look. I also have a lot of lashes. So I buy the magnetic ones. And girl, if I'm not gonna rave about anything in this video, I'm gonna rave about these magnetic lashes, okay? When I say it takes me 2 seconds to clamp them on, 2 seconds. And I've been out all day in these lashes. I even put my face under a hand dryer and they were still on. So whether you're in the windy city, you're going swimming, whatever it might be, they will stay on, okay? I don't know how to do lashes. I don't know how to glue them on. My lashes are too long when I try to use the strips, and I don't want to damage them. So I use the magnetic ones, and I promise you it would change your life. After all of that, we still need to add some more color to the face. So this one's a little bit optional. I still think it's, a part of the basics. If you don't think so, that's okay. But I always want to make sure I add a blush in there. So the blush gives you color to your cheeks. Again, the foundation is going to strip any definition out of your face. It's really just to give you a blank canvas to add to. So I always like to add a blush in there. Find a blush that works for you. If you're not a dramatic blush girly, that's fine. If you are, that's fine as well. Figure out something that you like that works for your complexion. Now, a little tip, sometimes I use my warm powder for my definition for my blush. It all depends, and you have to play around with your skin tones and the different types of blushes that are out there. You can use liquid, you can use the powder, you can use pressed blushes, whichever one works for you. The goal of this process is to explore. Look at different things, ask different questions, try it out. It's so much fun figuring out what works for you. So the world's your oyster, girl. Go find what blush works for you, because there's multiple out there. And then obviously we can't finish off the look without a nice lip. Now, the lip could be, if you're looking for a natural look, you can go with a gloss. If you're looking for a matte look, you can go with like a lipstick that gives you a matte effect, or you can have the matte glosses. There's lip tints. There's so many options on the market right now. And I think it's really just based on what you're looking for. I would always say start with a lip kit, and that normally has a gloss, the liner, and maybe more of a pigmented color that, would add that color back. I always say the liner needs to be either your lip tone, maybe a little bit darker, and then you can add a little bit more definition by doing a lighter middle. Or if you're looking for a straight, neutral color, you can also do that as well. A little trick I love to do if you're an everyday person is get a lip liner that's a little bit closer to the color of your lips. Add some lip gloss. That's like the day-to-day look for me. Or you can even use your lip balm. It's really just that easy look to define your lips. But again, depending on what you're going for, if you're looking for the everyday, I would say lip liner, gloss. If you're trying to do like a bombshell look, you might choose a lipstick with a lip liner. Or if you're looking for a dark, dramatic look, go for a darker lip, lighter combination, play around with it. And then the last thing, depending on what type of foundation and what your makeup looks like, how long you plan on wearing your makeup, I would always suggest getting some form of setting spray / setting powder to really like lock everything in, let it, sit on your face. Again, it is going to be based on what you're doing. If you plan on wearing your makeup all day, if you're going to go outside, sweat, whatever it is, but have it on hand just in case, because you never know. But these are the 9 basic things I think you need when starting out. And again, please feel curious to start trying different things, because that's how I figured it out. And it's a process of finding yourself in figuring out what you like, what works best on you. That is really the most fun part about it, because then you get to know yourself through the process. So if you guys found anything that's super exciting, or if you have some of these already, whichever one, let me know down in the comments. Or if you're starting to experiment with new things as well, let me know down in the comments, and let's chat about it. But until next time, guys, thank you so much for spending the time with me and chatting. Hopefully you guys have a great, amazing day today, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.